Raindrops keep falling on my head, and just like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed.
Okay, this is going to be one of my YouTube videos about installing devices that can be controlled by your smartphone, such as an iPhone, or can be controlled by Alexa devices. This time it's going to be the installation of a component that controls the sprinkler system for the house. I have 6 stations around the house that do watering of plants and grass, and what this unit does, it's going to replace the old one that I was using, and what this one does is it provides all the same controls that I had on the older one. However, in addition to that, this is Wi-Fi compatible, which means that using a smartphone or an iPhone anywhere in the world, or using Alexa and giving voice commands, I can turn on or turn off the sprinklers for any one of the 6 stations that I have. Of course, it also does the normal functions where you set the day and the time and how long each station should remain on. But in addition to that, it gives you all this flexibility of voice control. It also communicates with the local weather bureau, so that if there's rain in the weather forecast, they can actually adjust the sprinklers so that it either doesn't come on at all, or it comes on for a reduced time, or if it's going to be exceptionally hot, you can have it sprinkle longer than the normal routine. So it's made by Rainbird, and if I can open it up and show you the inside, this is what it looks like inside, and it has all the normal dials and controls, and allows you to set the days and times and the amount of watering that you want done. It also has in back of it all of the electronics for wiring it up, and interestingly, you can add modules to it, such as this one, which I'll be adding, that allows you to increase the number of stations. In this case, I'm going to go from 4 to 10, even though I need only 6, but each one of those modules adds an additional 6 stations. And then there is this module as well, which I'll be inserting, which is the module that allows it to have Wi-Fi control. So we'll start doing that in a few minutes. You may be interested in some of my previous videos where I show the installation of a number of Amazon Echo dots around the house, which allowed me to control light switches and electrical outlets so that I can turn things on and off, including hard drives with movies on them, just using my voice. I installed a thermostat control, which allows me to adjust the temperature in the house from wherever I am, either inside the house or outside the house, turning on either the heating or turning on the air conditioning in order to attain the proper house temperature. And I installed a camera and control system that allows me to open and close the garage door by voice control or using Alexa from anywhere in the world. This allows me to check to make sure that I did in fact close the garage door when I left the island, and if I didn't, the camera picture on the iPhone shows me that the door is still open or that I did in fact close the door, and then with voice commands I can ask it to close the door. I can also turn the outside lights on and off so that if I'm leaving the house for several hours and won't be back till after dark, I can turn lights on inside the house, outside the house, and so on. A month or so ago, I bought an Alexa-enabled 4K 50-inch television set to replace the one in my bedroom that wasn't working very well. And what this television set allows you to do is to simply, using your voice, turn it on, turn it off, ask it to go to CBS or NBC or one of the other stations. You can even ask it to go directly to play a particular TV program or a movie that's on TV just by asking it. And also you can vocally change the input so that it can switch from TV to DVD or to the hard drives that contain movies, and ask it to play a certain movie. But for the time being, it's going to be the installation of this device. So why don't we go ahead and get things going. Okay, this is the unit that I'm replacing. I had it for about 10 years. It served me quite well, but the new one, of course, is more modern and also has built-in Wi-Fi so that you can control the amount of water and the length of watering that takes place for each of the stations using your iPhone or using Alexa. And this is what the inside looks like. The controls include the number of stations that you want to attach to it, in this case 6, and the days of the week that you want water to be provided to those stations, when the stations should start watering, and how long the watering should take place. But the new one gives me all that flexibility plus the additional Wi-Fi control. Okay, so this is the newly installed Rainbird control unit with the dials that allow you to set the date, the time that each station should be on, what days of the week it should run, and so on. And then behind here then is the wiring. This is the 6-position module that had to be added, and these are the wires that control the stations. And then over here, this is where the Wi-Fi unit will be installed in order to have Alexa control the unit from the iPhone or from voice commands. Okay, so now I'm going to set it to manual. It's set for zone 1, and I'll reduce the amount of time from the 10-minute normal run for the grass to 1 minute. And if I hold in this play button or the start button, you can probably hear it. And the sprinklers have come on. This is the home screen on my iPhone. I'm now going to flip over 3 more screens to the one that contains all of my Wi-Fi applications. And the one that's of interest here is the one called Rainbird, which is the bottom right application. If I click on that application, I'm now taken to a screen that shows all 6 of my sprinkling stations, beginning at the top of the front lawn all the way down to the bank in front of the lake. I'm going to use the steps in this particular example. It's the one that controls the sprinklers for the flowers along the steps. And by sliding the slider to the right or to the left, I can set the number of minutes that I want to sprinkle. In this case, I'm going to choose 4 minutes, and then I press the start button at the bottom of the screen, and it accesses the controller, turns on the sprinklers, and as you can see, it says running. I'm not going to let it run for the entire 4 minutes, so I'm now going to go down and press stop. It accesses the controller again, and now steps reads 0 minutes. And I can do all of this from anywhere in the world where I have access to the internet. Okay, well, we know that the Wi-Fi portion of the sprinkler controller is working. Let's see if we can get it to work with the Alexa. Alexa, ask Rainbird to turn on the back lawn for 5 minutes.
Okay, I started zone 4, back lawn for 5 minutes.
All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next video.